Let's talk about it.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Let's Talk About It. This is Susan Johnson, and I'm here with my co-host, Dennis O'Brien, and our very special, wonderful guest, David Foster. We are so pleased to have you on the show with us to talk about some of the great things you do to help the people out all over the place.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Yeah.
Happy New Year, Willie listeners.
Yeah. And
Happy New Year, Matt.
Yeah.
Happy New Year, David. Happy New Year, Dennis.
Happy New Year, David. This is great.
Matt Rupar, he is here. He is doing great things here every single day at WILI. And we are very happy to be here talking about what you're going to be doing on your very special evening of funk, soul, and rhythm at ECSU.
Yeah, at the Fine Arts Center.
Yeah, isn't it beautiful?
Well, before you get into that, I just want to say this. It's very appropriate for us to have as our first guest of the new year. And I'm hoping this is going to be a much better year than last year was in a lot of ways. For me and my family personally, but also for everybody, because if you know that's been going on in Washington, D.C., on Pennsylvania Avenue, not at the the Congress has been bad too, but the President of the United States. Anyway, I probably shouldn't go on and on about that, but I'm sorry. We'll leave it at that for now.
But I just want to say this one other thing, and we'll talk about this again. But in addition to the great things that you're doing, David, with taking care of the soup kitchen, we have the Lions Club, and I'm wearing my Lions pin. Because the Lions Club is also going to be hosting on January 10th between 10 a.m. and noon at the Senior Center here, a movement and an experience to rise against hunger and work to pack up food for people and their food needs. So the Lions Club is working on this.
So that's food that goes all over the world.
This is, it's food that's going to be, I think, right here in this area, but it's... The Lions Club goes all over the world, absolutely.
Oh, I heard they were going to distribute it out of town.
Okay, I'm not. Yeah. I didn't hear that. I don't know.
Yeah, I listened to the show the other day.
Okay, you beat me.
And they're sending it to, obviously. Look, starving people anywhere, it's a sin,
right.
It's a crime.
Right.
And that's another thing that Mr. Tesla cut. He cut all the money for us to send food all over the world. For the tax cut, so
that's right.
But anyway,
that's right. They did cut that too.
One of the things Doge did.
Well, that's the thing too. They flood the zone. There was so much. There was so much going on. We couldn't even keep up with it.
I think that's deliberate. I don't think
of course, that's the style. Yeah.
Take the attention away from what I consider to be the worst things that they've done is taking away people's health care, Medicaid, and taking away food from people who can't afford food.
Right.
And that's the worst thing they've done, and they've covered it up with other stuff. It's bad enough,
they thought they covered it up, but they didn't. Not if you have half a brain,
No, that's right. They're not fooling.
If you keep your eye on stuff, you know what's going on. But let's not ruin the night talking about Trump.
No.
Well, I mean, part of the reason that this
our
is
listeners know how we feel about
so
that.
needed is because of what Trump did with Doge, Mr. Tesla, and how he cut the agricultural business and stopped. And so we've been hearing since long before that the big billionaire bill was passed. Before that, we have been hearing about how our soup kitchen is out 400 pounds of food a day. Now, mind you, we have 3 food pantries here in Willimantic, Windham, and they're all short, and we're all looking to try and make sure we can continue to provide food for people right here in this region. So that is the first thing that we have to do is take care of people right here at home. So thank you for raising that, David. I appreciate it.
Yeah, well, it's something where I've been watching it. Even when the Democrats were in power and doing all that they did that was so good for so many years, people don't realize that Willimantic is feeding 12 towns.
Right.
They're coming in from everywhere,
right.
and all they do is badmouth Willimantic and this and that and this and that. But yet they don't mind when they have medical needs, they come here. When they have homeless problems, they come here. If they're hungry, they come here. You name it, and the city is supporting it. And so, it's just something where for 4,000 years, no matter what kind of economy, no matter who is in power, there's going to be food challenged people.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
this has been made much worse by the regime we have now, which it didn't need any help. But now that now that they made it even worse, it's I feel like I'm exhausted because I'm just trying to keep up with what I've tried to do every year. But I have to double up on stuff. I mean, I just left Jorgensen. I was up there 2 weeks ago, and I brought Kimberly $21,000 this morning.
Oh, thank you so much.
And then the rest of the money that I raised goes to the food challenge students at UConn.
Yes,
because it was at
that.
Jorgensen.
As one thing that people find surprising is that we have college students who are homeless, college students who are actually hungry, college students that can't afford a place to live. They live in their cars, and they utilize the gym at the universities to get a shower and clean.
Well, look
up.
at the people that buy the apartment complexes now.
Oh,
They charge $2,000 a month for a one-bedroom apartment.
Yes.
I mean, they're raping all the kids. You know what I mean?
Private equity is really stepping in and buying everything up. And private equity is not being controlled or managed or anything.
Yep.
And we really have to take a look at what private equity is doing to housing and healthcare. I mean, the two biggest things that they're controlling right now, once Wall Street found out that they could do housing, once Wall Street found out that they could do healthcare, they, look what they did. They smashed up Manchester, Rockville, and Waterbury Hospital in Connecticut. That was Prospect Medical did that, and then you got the private equity.
Now Day Kimball's in for trouble.
Well, Day Kimball's going to be bought by University of Connecticut.
Right.
It was always in trouble. It was single by itself. But anyway, University of Connecticut is buying up Waterbury, Bristol, and Day Kimball, and so they are going to be doing much, much better. It's going to be a nonprofit public partnership, which will be a very interesting combination for healthcare. So I'm very thrilled to see those three entities being pulled together. I'd like to see more of that combination of public and private combinations working together for healthcare.
Yeah.
And I'm here in Windham with respect to the housing issue. We have in Connecticut statewide, we passed the Fairmont Commission, which Dennis started working on in the 1980s, right, Dennis?
Yeah, I tried, but I couldn't get it through.
And we finally got it in state legislation, and we've made it all the way through to towns that are 15,000 or more. So we've done that to try and make sure that we create a situation where people have access to housing, and when they try to increase the housing and try and change the affordability standard at a higher level, that we're able to get tenant unions together and bring those inequities to the local, fair rent commissions. And now we are able to have hearings on those issues so they can't come in and gobble everybody up.
Right.
Make them homeless.
Right. Yeah.
So we have done some work on those areas. We have got more control. But this year, I plan to work with other legislators to look at private equity and their invasion into the healthcare area, and look at trying to use the Office of Health Strategy that I helped create back in the day to utilize that. And a lot of people, it's a complicated organization that I helped create, and have to look at how that will be able to control what private equity does in Connecticut. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I wish you luck.
Thank you.
Well, I'll be cheering you on like I usually do from the sidelines.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Well, you're not on the sidelines in most respects.
No, you're not
David.
at all.
Well, I mean,
Everybody
my
loves you.
role is to just do what I do, and
Yeah.
Susan's role and your role is to do what you do.
Right.
You both do what you do so well, and
Thank you.
and I'm just trying to do my small part. That's all.
You do a
Yeah,
huge
yeah.
amount of great work for the region and for people everywhere.
Well, nobody does it better here.
No, you're
No
great.
question. And this is a new event. As you said, you were just recently at Jorgensen with what, the Shabu All Stars?
With the Shabu All Stars.
Yeah, you had the Shabu All Stars.
And I did that personally. I didn't do that with the foundation. I did that
Right.
all on my own.
Wow.
That was all my own. As I said at the homeless shelter when they opened, I said, my wallet's empty, but my heart is full. It's full of hope. So
Yes.
so that's all I can. That's all you. That's what I've pledged to do for the rest of my life is is just try to help, battle the problems that we're all having to deal with, and it's just I can't stand to see anybody, just to think that somebody might be hungry or cold,
right,
or need medical help and can't get it. It's just you sit there. Well, wait a minute. I mean, this is not, doesn't make any sense. Or to try to get an education.
right.
Yeah, my
everything.
I grew up in New Britain, of course, and my parents didn't have much, but I have never experienced a fear of not having enough food to eat. Never. In my 80-plus years of life. And I cannot imagine how people can go through that, how they can survive.
Yeah.
That is a horrible thing, not to have enough food to eat.
Yeah.
For children, for seniors. And so what you're doing and what you've done for many, many years and many, many occasions with many, many events, raising money for the people who are challenged with food problems, threatened with not having enough food to eat, not having the right kind of food to eat, it is amazing. I mean, as you noted, David, 12 towns, maybe more in this region.
They're coming here.
They come here.
Yeah.
They come to this town. This town
for everything.
You grew up in this town.
Yeah.
You lived in this town most of your life, you belong to Wyndham. You belong to Willimantic, and
Right.
you are Willimantic's own. Right. And just like I still have feelings about my hometown of New Britain, but I didn't stay there nearly as long. I don't have the connection with New Britain that you've had with Willimantic. But it's amazing. We are one reason I love this town is it's a lot like New Britain. Everybody is welcome here. Right. Everybody. We don't turn people away. We make and we have housing for people. We have enough housing. And I mean, we have maybe not enough, but we certainly do more than our share here.
We do a lot better than a lot of other
towns.
Yeah,
we sure do. We sure do.
I mean, when you think of and then to think of how good of a job you guys have done to get all these buildings rehabbed and gone through and fixed up so that they're not just like a slum. They don't, you know what I mean?
Right,
they're
I do. Yes.
It's good living.
It is.
You know what I mean?
It's and we're working on more. We have more. We're having almost 100 units or so in the next year or so. We'll be here on Main Street, which will add to the business opportunities here on Main Street. And I'll be working again to try and finish up the Hooker and the Nathan Hale and try and make sure those are going to finally be rehabbed. And the building here, the Fleet Bank building over here, which you had have some involvement with back in the day.
Yeah, it was my inheritance.
Okay. And we're going to finally get that done. And so there'll be apartments in there. So we're going to have, some great spots, and I think it'll be something that will maybe attract additional businesses here. Plus, one of the things I have to talk about, and that is having something called geothermal heating and cooling here on Main Street. One of the things that we got passed during the last legislative session, which I think will help us on Main Street since you all raised it, is to make sure we have geothermal, which we can utilize by creating it with our sewage pipes. So you put the geothermal pipes under the sewage pipes, and then you've got already made heating and cooling that will last a very long time. And the heat pumps will be water pumps as opposed to electric pumps, which are good, but the water heat pumps are better than the
right.
So
right.
I'm very excited about that, and I won't go on and on anymore about it. But
well, you got to stay hip too. I mean, it's like
Well, I mean, we have
hip and all the heating and cooling ideas, and I could go on and on.
That's important stuff. I mean, energy is key.
Yes, I agree. I'm also.
That's another thing that people are flipping out about is their light bills.
Thank you. Yeah, and if you expand access to energy with geothermal or fuel cells, then you can really do something that I'm joining up.
But don't make any windmills out in the water there because it might make the birds upset.
Well, we already did that, so we're going to get the last 80% done, and now
is that ridiculous though?
Trump has tried to stop it again.
That's so ridiculous.
It's the second time he's tried to stop it.
It's like a chance for us to do something for the environment.
Yeah.
Something for our power infrastructure.
Yep.
And he's trying to cut it.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
had
Let's
the
go
long-
back to coal. He's going coal.
Coal,
yeah,
yeah.
right.
Filthy, cancerous, just
Right.
ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm sure he has plenty of air filters in his place. Anyway,
Well, he mixes it with the Big Macs.
but anyway,
Well, and we've talked about a lot of the problems that we have, and we're working really hard to overcome them. And we've got during my 6 years on the council recently, one of the great things we did for this town is something that you did with us was the Shaboo stage, which everybody was impressed with. I was going around coaching little league teams all over the county, and they were all raving about the Shaboo stage, the new community center, the new parking garage on Main Street, the renovation
Well, I
of
think
Wyndham High
that
School.
the Shaboo stage instigated a lot of
Yes,
good
it
stuff
did.
to happen.
Yes,
I
it
was
did.
thrilled to be able to
Not-
do that,
not-
and I'll
not-
never forget when I told you, hey, you were here on the show. I said
Yeah.
to you, hey, David, I'm getting some money for a stage. I've never seen you so happy.
Well,
and,
But believe me, I needed it because I was like going. I was coughing a lot for one
10
person.
grand
Yeah.
for one show. You had to put up 10 grand.
Oh, that was just for a stage.
Just for the stage.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. And then I had no idea that you paid that much to build the stage.
And then if it rained and they couldn't take it down, they'd build you another 10 grand.
Oh,
for
my God.
Because they couldn't use the stage somewhere else.
But I'm so proud of the work you did and the wonderful, the generous donations you made toward the completion of the stage and
And then
the
paying
stage.
it off 5 years early.
Yeah.
Saved the town all the interest.
Yeah.
Because we bonded for that stage.
Yes, we did.
Well, that stage is being used more and more every
And it's
year.
great. We have
By
wonderful
the
celebrations.
community and not to mention all the great acts that you've brought in.
You know what I love about it? It's aging beautifully, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It
It
really
looks
is.
very. I mean, you look at it. It looks like the day it was built.
And now we got
Yes,
the new
it does.
bathrooms are I think they're done, right?
Yeah, we have
Pretty
bathrooms.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that they are
I,
finished.
if they're, I don't keep up with it as well as I used to because I'm not on the town council anymore. But I'm pretty sure it's pretty much done. Anyway, we have been working really hard to try to make Willimantic all that it can be. But one of the biggest problems we have in this town is food insecurity. And this, you're doing another event soon to address the
On
problem.
Saturday the 10th.
Saturday the 10th, and you mentioned it's going to be at Eastern Connecticut State University.
And I'm going to bring in 3 of the Neville brothers, which is, the first family of New Orleans, that and the Marsalis family. Those are the 2 big families
Right.
of jazz down there. And we have 3 of them coming. And then the rest of the musicians, there's 10 on stage. And I'll just read you. It's Cyril Neville, Omari Neville, and Ian Neville, Jr. Big Chief Bo Dolis, Jr., Jelly Joseph, Robert McCuro, Joe Ashlar, and Brian Richburg. And those guys, and Martin Shore, those guys make up a group called Galactica, which is a very formidable smooth jazz act that sells out on their own.
Wonderful.
So all 10 of these guys are going to be on stage. To bring 3 Neville brothers and that musical crew, 10 pieces on stage in that fine arts center where it's acoustically perfect and visually perfect. Mm-hmm. And then every penny that's raised will go to the soup kitchen, and which is 85% will go to the Willimantic Soup Kitchen, and the other 15% will go to, it's called, what's it called here?
ECSU Food Pantry?
Yes.
Okay,
Thank you.
so they have that there for students. That,
Yes, for the food challenge, and right at Eastern.
have food insecurity.
And they could just go right to a place near the Student Union, pick up
Perfect.
stuff. And we did the same thing at UConn. We did 85% for the soup kitchen here, and 15% for the food challenge UConn students.
Thank you so
I
much for
noticed
that.
on the-
I want to ask him, how did we buy a ticket?
Well, it's very easy to buy a ticket. You just you can do it all on your computer, and you where is it? I have it here. Oh yeah, to purchase tickets, www.easternct, all one word, .edu/concert, and that's how you buy your tickets. Go right into your phone.
Okay, great. So you could just go on the Eastern website, and then they'll see the concert probably. Yeah?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
www.easternct.edu/concert.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
We'll
so
do
that's
that
how you
again.
buy your tickets. And as of this morning, we were at I think 171 this morning early.
Great.
So we're almost halfway there, and considering we just got through Christmas and all this crazy weather and New Year's, and I mean, the timing of it is kind of tricky, but it's just.
Yeah.
What I wanted to do is make sure we gave another shot in the arm to the soup kitchen before I head south.
Oh, very good. Well, thank you for that.
Because I need to go for my health for the winter. I don't want to slip on the ice or.
Yeah, I hear you. We were very worried about that.
Take us with you.
The doctors said.
No, we have to stay here. We're still working. We have legal cases to deal with.
Yeah.
And she has the legislature, so we've chosen to stay here and tough it out.
Yep.
But but I grumble a lot about it. I was grumbling as I walked in about how cold it was today, and
Well, you know what's going to happen? They're going to have to take a vote now. When Congress reconvenes, and we're going to find out who voted against it. They're going to have against the health care.
Oh, against the health care, yes.
And
Yep. We've
going to be hell to pay.
I hope so.
Either way.
Well, let me just say.
There should be.
Let me just say something about the healthcare aspect, because we went into special session in November, and we have created a subsidy for people who are on the Affordable Care Act, so they won't have the increase won't be as huge as it would be if the state of Connecticut.
And that's a wonderful thing. Thank God that Connecticut feels that way.
Yes, yeah. We also are working very hard to make sure our Medicaid people continue. The one big warning I have about the Medicaid situation is that you're going to have to apply now twice in the year instead of just once a year for your reconsiderations. So it's going to just be twice instead of so it's like doubling
the. Trying to make it harder and harder and harder.
They're going to try and bounce people off. And the other thing I just wanted to say about that is in Willimantic, we have a little less than 25,000 people. Yet in Windham and Willimantic, yes.
Together,
Thank you. And we have 13,800 people on Medicaid in the Windham town.
Right. More than half the town.
More than half the town is on Medicaid.
Yeah.
Well, look all over the country. You go to the southern states. There's more Republicans that are on Medicaid.
Oh yeah.
So I'm saying they're going to get it. They're going to pay for it one way or another.
Hopefully in November. Yes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. When the elections happen,
that's right.
All hell's going to. They're going to pay. They're going to pay, and they're going to lose the Congress.
They should.
And once they lose the Congress, everything's going to change. He's going to be a lame duck. He's got to be able to get a thing done.
Yeah.
And then we're going to be able to take, how would you call his posse? What do I call them? The gang that couldn't shoot straight.
Yeah.
See, those guys aren't immune to stuff, so they're going to be in trouble.
Well, sure, but the other thing about that you mentioned that is the fact that they may be able to take the Congress, and he won't be able to pass any more laws. Nevertheless, people will go to the Supreme Court that has been configured by Trump. Because of the huge majority that they have in the Supreme Court.
The Supreme Court is not giving them everything right now.
They're starting to turn around.
They're starting to turn.
I hope you're right. I hope you're right. But I have some concerns about the court.
You can't give them that much credit. It's time for the tide is starting to change.
Okay.
It is.
Until we start realizing that the tide is starting to change.
Oh, yeah.
They got us.
Well, you're right about that. That's a good way to put it. Absolutely.
So I mean, you got to remember that I haven't forgotten the guy on our president on the bus in the first term when he had the guy from Entertainment Tonight, and he said you could grab him by the
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he showed his colors a long time ago. We know what he's about.
Well, I had a press conference with Nancy Wyman when that occurred. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, that's who we're dealing with. We're dealing with
Yeah, I do know he's a sex offender. Yeah.
Time passes quickly, and we're now at our juncture where we have to take a commercial break.
His best friend, all he did was rape babies and children.
Yeah.
So what kind of, and he's trying to protect. He's going, we brought Clinton's in there. Clinton just took a ride down on a plane once.
Right.
Didn't know what he was getting into, and then had no part of it. But it's just like that's what they do. They just try to turn everything into
somebody else.
What they are.
Oh, projection.
Yeah.
The projectionist.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Good point. Excellent point.
We're gonna take a commercial break. We've got we want to thank Denny Gates and Craig Gates, and they've been sponsoring this show for 25 years now.
Well, thank you, Denny. Thank you, Craig.
Yes, they do. And
Yeah.
this is our way of getting the word out about important events like what's coming up at Eastern Connecticut State University's beautiful new. It's a part of the Department of
The Fine Arts Center.
Fine Arts Center. That's right. We're going to talk. We're going to come back after this break, and we're going to talk about the concert. And I want to say a lot of things about that Fine Arts Center because it is fantastic.
You know, Michael Landon's family was named after. They named it after his family.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
It's
wow.
fantastic. Anyway, we'll be right
That's a
back
good
after
point.
this commercial break, and we'll have David Foster back, and we're going to talk about the concert and the venue.
And don't forget, Matt's with us too.
And
All right.
Matt's
Matt
with us too.
Rupert,
Yeah, Matt's
yay.
always with us.
Yay,
Okay,
Matt.
we'll be right back.
Welcome back, everyone. This is Susan Johnson. I'm here with my co-host, Dennis O'Brien, and our very special guest this evening, David Foster, who is going to be doing a wonderful program at Eastern Connecticut State University to help us with hunger here in this region. And also on the same day, but only 10 in the morning to 12 noon, we have the Lions Club that is doing a Rise Against Hunger experience to help communities all over the world with food insecurity.
Good
So,
event. Good
yeah,
event.
Yeah, so we're happy to, as a Lion, I feel, got to say, hey.
Chris and his wife are just fabulous, hard-working Lions. And,
Yes, they are.
you know, they deserve a salute.
And we also have now, because of his wife, we created the first Hispanic Lions Club in Connecticut. So
Yeah, isn't that nice?
Very, very nice. I'm very thrilled about that. But
And
anyway,
I loved his grandfather,
yeah.
Chris's grandfather, Al Saba.
El Saba.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
You know his brother.
Remember the truck? Mm-hmm. You wear him and mess him, we clean him and press him.
You know his brother.
That's a good one.
I'm telling you.
I-
And Al could sing. He's a good singer.
I remember Al.
He was a
Actually,
wonderful man.
the minstrel guy.
He was a mensch. It was great. I
He
loved him. I
was.
loved him.
Well, the
yeah.
whole family. I mean, his brother, Eddie, I believe his brother was Eddie.
Yes.
He was a guy that was he's probably the greatest football player of all time at Wyndham High School.
Yeah.
He was an all New England quarterback at Vermont.
Sure.
I know this well because I'm going to tell you why. And he was a professional football player. He played in the NFL for the Providence Steamrollers, which were part of the NFL when they had the Eagles and they had the Giants, but the Providence Steamrollers were a team.
It's a great family.
He played with them. He was an All-American, and I know that because he played with my father's younger brother, Jim O'Brien, Big Jim O'Brien from New Britain, who played professional football as well. He didn't make it to the NFL, but he made it right up to near the top. He was All-State New Britain High School interior lineman. Of course, they played both ways back then in the 30s. But he used to go. Eddie used to go to New Britain, and he used to bunk with my father's family. When they went to play football together, Eddie and my uncle Big Jim.
We should rewrite the song instead of Big John. We'll call him Big Jim.
Big Jim. That's
Remember that
right.
song, Big John. Remember?
Oh, I do
Big
remember that.
Jim.
You got it, man.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Oh, yeah,
I want to talk about the concert coming up on
First,
January
how to buy-
10th, Saturday,
how do you buy a
January
ticket?
10th, 7 p.m.
Buy a ticket.
Yeah, how do you buy the ticket? You buy the ticket by purchasing them at www.easternct.edu/concert. I sound like a social media guy. This is amazing.
Oh, this is wonderful.
I get in trouble if I have to send an email.
I want to buy a ticket. Dennis and I are going. We're going to buy tickets.
You definitely were
and
going.
We are definitely going to be there, and this is fabulous. Very, very good.
Okay, and tell us, David.
And I'm just going to produce. I'm not singing that day.
Well,
Chronicle made a boo-boo. They said the All-Stars are coming to play.
the audience
I don't know where
made
they got that, but it was
The
just,
audience may demand it. I mean, you never know.
No.
You never know.
Well, they
But
could
you
demand
will
it.
be there.
Well, I'll be there, but I'm not singing that day. I
Yeah,
promise
you will be
that.
there.
You know.
And I just
promise the crowd I'm not there to sing. I'm there to produce and promote. See, I did that. I wore a lot of hats in the music business.
Yes.
Yes, you have. You've
I
done
needed to. I
amazing
had no
work.
hair. No. But anyway,
Easy on
But
that.
I'm just saying, it's just something where, I just sang, so I don't want to make a pest of myself. You know what I mean?
Well, anyway, I want to talk a little bit about that venue. That is a
Beautiful
great venue, and I've been there many times. And the reason I've been there is because of you, because you brought in
Oh, I brought a lot of people there.
Who's
Spyro Gyra there.
The guy
Arturo Sandoval.
Arturo Sandoval.
Yeah.
I think the first concert I
remember
attended
that,
there was
yeah.
Arturo Sandoval,
Yeah, he was wonderful.
and I got a chance to talk to him out in the
What a beautiful man.
what a nice guy.
And
he
brilliant, you know.
Arturo Sandoval played with a group called Eric Carey. It was a Cuban group that there were other Chucho Valdez,
Yeah.
a lot of famous musicians.
And how how he left Cuba and came to America
They
and
were
took a
one-
chance. They could have shot him for leaving.
If-
You know what I mean?
If you know anything about
That's right.
jazz, Eric Carey is one of the all-time great jazz bands in the history of the world. And
Yeah.
Arturo Sandoval was the trumpet player for the band. But he became even more famous than Eric Carey when he came to the U.S. and became he was a solo artist, but played with a lot of other players, but not with Eric Carey. Anyway, I had the privilege of meeting him and having a few words with him at that concert. That was a great concert. But the one concert I remember the most was when you had the guitar player from what's his
Pat
name?
Metheny.
Pat Metheny. Okay, Pat Metheny is rated as one of the
Top in the world.
top three or two or three jazz guitarists in the world.
That's right.
In the world,
Still
and he
is.
was there.
Yeah.
And I was like, because I'm a big jazz fan. I like R&B. I like jazz. I like rock
And he
and roll.
loved, Pat loved that venue.
Pat,
Loved it.
not only did he love the venue, I can still see him, David.
Yeah.
I can still see him walking around the stage with the microphone and saying, looking up at the walls, looking up at the ceiling, looking out at the audience, and saying, "I hope you people understand how lucky you are to have a venue like this place in your town."
Yeah.
And you know what? It's a stone's throw from my neighborhood and your former neighborhood, and just having that there is fabulous. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And anybody who hasn't been there, if you haven't been there yet, here's an opportunity to go there and see a fabulous concert. The acoustics are marvelous. It is amazing.
Now, what happens if you try to book Pat Metheny in the summer? He's always in Europe.
Yep.
He's always doing the European festivals.
Oh, nice.
So I called Boston and I go, "Can I get a Pat date?" You know, he goes, "When?" I go, "Just summertime." You know, I'll put him on the Shabu stage. They go, "He's going to be in Europe and he gets 100,000 a night, 100,000 a night in the summer."
Oh my God. Oh
So
my God.
he came and played for me for 20 grand at Eastern.
That was
That's
amazing.
fabulous. Wow.
You know, because he used to play at Shabu.
Sure.
Yep. Yep.
That's what you've got such magic with all this.
So it was the old days, you know. And I said, you know,
Yeah.
will you tell Pat it's Lefty from Shabu? He goes,
Yeah.
Lefty
The
from
good old
Shabu?
days.
He goes, that guy's still around? So I said, yeah, he's still around, you know.
I couldn't when you booked him. I mean, I'm a jazz aficionado. When you booked him, I couldn't believe it. I said, "What an opportunity this is! We got to go."
Oh, absolutely.
And then you know,
Go to all your
after we
concerts.
said we had already seen Sandoval there, and we went to that Pat Metheny concert
And then we
night.
did Spyro Gyra there. That
Yes,
was
Yeah.
another one. That's
Yeah.
right.
you know, 50 years of Spyro Gyra. I mean,
Unbelievable.
huge, you know.
Unbelievable to have those artists play in that beautiful venue
Yes.
with wonderful acoustics. People, if you haven't been there before and you like music at all, don't miss this concert. And you also get a chance to help out.
Well, the way we look at it is even if you're not thinking soup kitchen,
Right.
if you're just thinking a night of incredible music
Absolutely.
in your own town, where you don't have to drive to Bridgeport or to New Haven
Or New York.
you drive 3 blocks and then you got beautiful parking down there. It's like easy, very easy. You can park across the street. The
It's on
school
High
parking
Street.
lot.
It's on
You
High
can-
Street.
There's plenty of parking there.
Yes.
And it's like you walk in and this concert hall is so gorgeous
It
and
is.
so intimate and beautiful. It's just like it's ours.
That's great.
So these don't happen that often. You
No.
know, they basically only happen when I do them.
That's right.
So, but I'm just saying, you know, this is the one for this year, and it's going to be a hell of a night out. And then the icing on the cake is every penny that you paid for the ticket, it doesn't go to paying for the Neville Brothers. I'm paying the Neville Brothers. I'm paying their hotel bills. I'm paying their, to get the travel to get there. I'm donating all the equipment. So every penny goes to the soup kitchens. So everybody also gets to be part of taking care of our own soup kitchen. So it's a double win. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And that's the way you got to look at it. That's why music shines a big light. Hey, of course it'd be easy for me to just write a check, not have to do a thing. Just look, here's money for the soup kitchen. But it doesn't. You need to shine a light on how important it is.
That's right. And this does that. It does that by bringing people together and creating that sense of community that we always appreciate. Because when you do these things, David, you have everybody bringing that sense of community to this region, and helping people is kind of like the spirit
becomes
here.
their night.
Yeah.
They're the ones that are helping the soup kitchen.
That's right.
I'm just an instigator.
Oh,
But I'm just saying.
You're a great instigator.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying. See, I want that for people. I want people to feel that they're helping,
Yes.
and so they can understand that as we become adults, as we become far away from being children, we get more enjoyment to give than to receive.
Absolutely. And it's a great thing to be able to give and also receive the great music that you're able to organize. I mean, that's a fabulous thing for this community. And
we're saying as loud as you can say without saying a word. This is how you're supposed to run a country.
Thank you.
We're supposed to take care of everybody.
That's
Yes.
The president of the United States doesn't just take care of a certain amount of people.
Right.
He's supposed to take care of everybody.
Everyone.
That's the responsibility of being a president.
It's the responsibility of all of us, but all of us who are the governors, who are the legislators, the congressmen,
Right.
All of us need to work together to make sure everybody's well cared
Right.
for, so that they feel comfortable and safe in this country.
Well, see,
And-
he's a mobster, so everybody has an R next to him. If they don't do what he says, they think they're going to be shot or primaried.
Well, look what happened to
Or
Marjorie
both.
Taylor Greene. Marjorie Taylor Greene comes out and says, "You've got to do something about these Epstein files," and he automatically calls her a traitor, and then people start threatening her and her family.
Right.
So it is real that they're getting threatened when they go up against.
Oh, I
him.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a real thing.
It's the world we live in.
Bringing the Neville, getting back to the concert, bringing the Neville brothers in is amazing. It's not amazing for you because you have brought so many great acts to town. I mentioned Sandoval, and we mentioned Pat Metheny and what they thought of this venue. But for years, I can still remember some of the concerts that you brought here before we had the Shaboo stage. One in particular was Orleans. I still the one. When I think of Still the One.
Remember, Larry played in my band all
I
those
know.
years.
But
Until he died, he was with me.
I know he passed away.
And he was the voice of that song.
I heard him on Wayne Norman's show not long before he passed, and I was so sad. He was the voice of that song.
You know the ad for the Champagne Motor Car Company?
Yeah.
That's me, Larry, and Billy Allen.
That is, yeah, I knew that.
That was the
I knew
last
that.
session he ever did in his whole life.
Wow.
I knew that.
It was
That's so
for
impressive.
Champagne, and Kenny's still using it to this day.
Oh,
Yeah, well,
So I'm
Amazing.
just saying, it's just
Yeah.
that song.
every time I hear it, I think Larry. Oh,
You know who I think
Yeah.
of when I heard them do Still the One live, right down here on the major parcel. You
Yeah.
know who I think of every time I think of that song, Still the One? Who do I think of? Right over there, Susan Johnson.
That's right. She's still
the one. Yeah, she is definitely
She is still the one.
She is still the one. And you also had Canned Heat. You had Canned Heat.
I had canned heat.
yeah, I
And
remember.
I got backstage.
I
and I
Pure
got
Prairie
backstage,
League.
and I got pictures with some of the guys in the band.
I
Yeah.
had Pure Prairie League. Hey,
Pure
hey,
Prairie
me,
League.
What you want to do?
I'll never forget.
Jose Feliciano.
Jose
Oh, my
Feliciano.
gosh.
Peebo
that was-
Bryson.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. When you
Yeah,
had,
NRBQ Tower of Power.
Phenomenal.
not to mention
You
the
got a couple
Shaboo
hours,
not
you
to
know.
mention the Shaboo All Stars in New York Horns, and
Rick Derringer. They were all here.
Yeah. I mean, you've had you brought so many great
I was
players.
rough on Rick, though. I was rough on him because his manager pulled the plug at me at Yukon one day, and I was killing the place. Up, I was playing about 10,000 people outside, and we were opening to Rick, and his manager pulled the plug on us on the last song. Where
Wow.
we were killing the place, right?
Yeah.
So he comes to Shaboo after the concert because he played the Shaboo all the time. He
This
comes
was
for
Rick
weekends.
Derringer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I said, Rick, first of all, get Rick a stool. He's a midget. He can't even get his face over the bar. He's so little. I was, he was looking at me like that. So I said, hey, Rick, remember that weekend I was going to give you? You just lost it.
Oh.
I just fired you for the weekend. He goes, I didn't do it. Lefty Teddy did it. I said, I don't care who did it. Don't you ever pull a plug on me?
Of course
It's
not.
ridiculous, right?
It is ridiculous.
So
Yeah.
he was like,
Oh yeah.
so every time I saw him for like the next 10 years, he goes, "Is Lefty still pissed? Is he still pissed at me?" I go, "No, he got over it." But I had a lot of fun with Rick. Jesus Christ.
Well, good for you.
Every time I saw him,
that,
hey, get Rick a stool, will you?
Anyway,
You got to have fun, right?
you got to have fun.
Have fun, Dennis.
But if you come to the concert on January 10th, 7 p.m.,
if you come to the concert,
you're going to have a lot of fun.
You're going to have a lot of fun.
And you're gonna, you know what? In the wintertime, it's good to get together because it's hard to get together in the wintertime.
You know what? You don't have to go to New Orleans. It's coming here.
That's right. You don't have to go to New Orleans.
You want to do Mardi Gras? It's going to be right here in town.
January
Wow.
10th.
You know what I mean?
That's
And we only
fabulous.
got the tickets are going quickly. So I'm just saying,
Yeah.
don't dilly, you
8
guys.
days
Go
from
get
now.
some tickets.
8 days from today.
Yeah.
buy some tickets. You know what? Buy a ticket for a friend.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna
You know
get
what I
my
mean? Makes
brother.
a great present, man. But buy him an early birthday present. You know?
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to be, Susan and I are going to be there. Of course, David's going to be there.
Yeah.
Matt Rupar is going to be there. Everybody's going to be there.
Get the family there.
We're going to be having a great time. There'll be a hot time, even though it's been cold. There's going to be a hot time in the old town on January 10th.
And
And
say,
you know,
7 p.m. on right here, folks, on High Street.
And you know what else too is Michael Landon's family. They named it after his family. You know?
Yep.
They gave a lot of money to Eastern. You know.
that's
Fantastic.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, again, how do we get those tickets?
You get those tickets by. Let's see. You purchase tickets at www.easternct.edu/concert, and they'll come right into your phone. It's
All
that
right.
simple. And
Yeah.
then you just, you get to the door and you just flash your phone and you're in, baby.
All right.
It's that simple.
Yeah.
So
So-
but anyway, I love you guys, and it's so good to be with you.
It's
again, you know
wonderful.
what I mean?
We love you too, and we're so thrilled that you get that sense of community and a wonderful spirit. And it's just a great thing that you do for everybody here in this whole region.
Yeah, when spring comes, I'll cut the lawn if you need me. Cut the lawn.
Right now, I
Come
don't.
up to the house and cut the
I
lawn.
was just thinking about that.
I used to cut their lawn, Matt.
I'm sorry.
No, I cut the lawn up
I
there.
got the pictures.
Look.
Well, that was Susan's fault.
No, I tell Dennis, look, go for a swim in the pool. I'll cut
Susan,
the grass. You know what I mean?
let me tell the story now. Susan loves to let the lawn go. The trend that is hitting us now called no mow May. No mow May. You don't mow in May. You let the bees come out and take all the pollen. And she just told me the other day there's a what's her name, Dr. Shooks' son,
Yeah.
the late great Dr. Shooks. His son is a beekeeper, and he has honey. It's Shooks apiaries.
Yeah, you can buy it at the food co-op.
And you can buy them at the food co-op.
Yep.
And somebody who knows a lot about bees and a lot about where they go and how far they travel, came to our house and looked in our backyard, and he said he saw some of Shooks bees in our backyard,
Yeah.
enjoying the pollen that Susan left for them. But she did let I must admit, David, she did let the grass grow pretty darn high. So I came home from the Mansfield Community Center pool one day, and I knew we hadn't cut the grass in May at all. And I looked, I said, wait a minute. Somebody came over and cut our grass. Who did it? Because this guy used to live in the neighborhood. He's from the neighborhood.
I did a road trip with my mower.
He did.
It's
I
a
was
driver.
so-
It's I was just
big
driving
mower,
around the
too.
neighborhood going,
You
hey.
should see the size of it.
Yeah, you need your lawn cut. They go, who's this guy? And they couldn't tell because it was enclosed. I had an enclosed cab, They didn't know who it was. They go, who's this? The town of Wyndham?
I
for
wasn't
Christ's sake?"
there.
I didn't know who it was, right?
I came home and he had already finished, and I said, what the heck? I said, what? I'm seeing things here. The grass was cut.
So I said, hey, look, Dennis, go for a swim in the pool. I'll be done in a few minutes.
I did.
So twisted, but you got look. If you don't have any humor, we're in trouble. If you don't laugh, you'll cry, right, Matt?
That's right.
I just wanted to see him driving that thing up the street. He's from the neighborhood. He lived right around the corner, grew up right around the corner,
Yep.
and he spent time over at our private schools when it was owned by
Philip Lauder.
Philip Lauder. That's right.
That's right. That's Philip Lauder.
Lauder.
You know what? One of the greatest families that ever came
Oh,
to
yeah,
Willimantic
great
was
family.
the
Yes.
Greer family.
Fan- Fantastic.
Oh, absolutely.
They
The
wrote
Gre-
Willimantic. They wrote the song.
Yes, they did. That
And
you
you got
play
the,
in
you
your.
got what about the Greer Wing at the hospital?
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
They donated. They
That
were.
was- well, that was.
We got time for the Willimantic song or not?
Yeah. Oh, we can put it on.
Yeah, you want to hear it?
Yeah.
No, I want to sing it. Take a look at the map of United States, and you'll find Connecticut. Take a look at the map of this fine, fine state, and you'll find the place of my birth. It's the greatest place on earth. Tuba's Willimantic, Willimantic, my hometown. There's a big main street where the people meet. Miles and smiles to get you through the day. Hey, Willimantic, Willimantic, it's the greatest place on earth. We've got everything to keep amenities in Willimantic, USA. In Willimantic, USA.
Hey. Hey.
All right, we got to get out of here because I'm going to
You
start telling my
can't, you
buddy
can't
Hackett
get
jokes.
this on any other show on this station. And Wayne Norman, eat your heart out. You got to be jealous. I mean,
Should I save this one for Wayne? He's
Yeah, save it for Wayne. Yeah.
Save it for him, yeah.
Yeah, we
'Cause
gotta-
it's got ticket info and all the stuff.
Yeah,
Who's in
Wayne
the
will-
band?
he'll be back. He'll be back in
If
the.
you wanna
Tell him
get
it's
the
from
article.
Lefty with Love, okay?
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Got to get Wayne on the case.
And
You
can
know,
hang
you know
us
what I
back
call
outside.
Wayne? Ringo.
Ringo.
Oh yeah,
all
he's
the
got
rings.
his
Got all the rings from
NCAA
all of the
champion.
championships.
Oh,
Yeah, he-
that's right.
Ringo. I call him, I go, Ringo, what's happening?
He does have all this.
Is he-
Yeah, he does. He does do
All
that.
right, don't forget, you can get on the Eastern Connecticut State University website and buy those tickets.
You know, that's fantastic. You must have talked to the president of Eastern. Is a wonderful guy.
Yeah, and don't forget to help the Lions Club, too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. The president of Eastern is a wonderful guy, and I noticed he was quoted in the article in the newspaper about
Kareem.
this. Yeah, that's right,
Yeah.
Kareem.
He's a sweet,
smells-
sweet
He's a
man.
good
He
guy.
is
and
wonderful.
You arranged this with him. You must have.
I did.
Yeah.
He's
And
very,
this is one reason why we got 85% of the proceeds are going to the Covenant Soup Kitchen. The other 15% are going to help Eastern students who are
Food challenged.
food challenged.
Yeah.
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 So this is a great event. It's for people who need help, and it's going to be enjoyable. You got a great group of people coming up from New Orleans, Louisiana, the Neville brothers, and then some. And it starts at 7 p.m. on Saturday, the 10th of January, at the Eastern Fine Arts facility, which is gorgeous,
and right on High Street.
right on High Street here in Willimantic, USA. Okay,
I'm high already. No, just kidding.
no, he's ready.
Yeah.
He's ready, and David Foster will be there, and I will be there, and Susan will be there, and I think Matt Rupar is going to make an appearance
All
as
right.
well, because this doesn't happen every day.
Nope.
This is going to be a special event, and it's going to be another thing that's going to help us get through this long, hard winter so far.
Yeah.
Okay.
10 seconds.
All right, we'll be back next week with another great guest. And the person we have on today is one of our most frequent visitors here on Let's Talk About It. And you know what? I brag about it all the time. Okay, so we'll be
Thank you.
back next week with another great show.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Bye, Matt.